Guys, it's ELCR and whoa, look at all these markers. So this is my review on Ohuhu markers. So first, just one thing that's pretty awesome is it came with this little bag that you can carry them in. And oh, by the way, this is the 80 set that I have. And also they are extremely cheap. I think they were $40 on Amazon for 80, and you can also get like a 40 set and a 60 set. And just open this, and there's a lot of interesting colors in here, but we'll go about that later. This is what the marker actually looks like. It has two ends, the fine end and the chisel end. And this is what the chisel end looks like. It's just big and broad, meant so you can color in large areas of color. And this is what the fine end looks like. This one's for littler details or just blending. I think it's way better for blending than the chisel. I think the chisel is better for just like, or the broad, you can call it either. It's better for just big areas. Also, the chisel end feels really, really hard, but the fine point actually feels soft. It feels really soft and nice. We're gonna go over some things I really, really like about these markers. The colors are absolutely beautiful. They're super vibrant and really, really pretty. Here are all of the colors. I guess I'll try to put this in the description. And as for the colors on the caps, I think they match with the actual color pretty well. This one's pale lilac. Matches. All of them match very, very well. There is a good variety of colors. So we have like the basic rainbow, and then we have these pastel colors, a few grays, cool gray, warm gray, and even a green gray, and 3 fluorescent highlighters. Oh, and browns and stuff. And like an okay amount of skin tone. The ink is really, really good and super vibrant. But one thing that I noticed is it feathers out a lot. So even if I go on the very, very tip, see how the line is kind of fuzzy? It does feather out a lot. But I think the darker colors feather out a lot more than the lighter ones. I don't know why. As for bleeding through, they do bleed through a lot, especially if you do a ton of stuff. Try and make it bleed through onto this. Yeah, see? Right there. It does bleed through if you color a lot in one area, but it doesn't bleed like that much. So just have like a piece of paper under it. They also blend really well. So if I first put down one color and then I put down another color, these colors are actually a lot alike. I didn't even notice that. But see, they blend really well, especially for not having a brush side. Spending a little more time on your blending really helps with these markers, like this one. Her dress is really blended, but as you can see, it bled outside the lines a little bit. We're gonna go through a few things I don't like about these markers. One thing that's really kind of annoying about these markers is that they feather out a lot. So if you're trying to color inside the lines, they sometimes bleed out, like right here. And they especially do that when you're trying to blend and stuff. So if I'm just like doing, I did color outside, but especially they bleed out when you're trying to blend, which is really annoying. Another thing that's not that I don't really like about these is this really only happens if you use like light colors after not drying pen, but they do smudge a little bit and they do stain the nib a little bit. Another thing I don't like about them is a bunch of markers, their names are like totally smudged off versus others that are like perfectly good. Also, they don't have brush tips. Anyways, these markers are really, really, really good. They're cheap Copic alternatives if you can't afford Copics, or if you just can't, if you just don't want to put in that commitment to buying so many and it's so expensive. These are definitely the way to go if you don't want to buy Copics. They are really, really good. They work very good for being so cheap. And yes, they are alcohol based. I'd say this is a 8.5 out of 10 stars because there's so many things that are absolutely amazing about them, but they're just not Copics. Bag is so weird. There's red stitching on it, but it's a black bag. It's so